When I was applying to grad schools, got interested in video games, I did write my statement of purpose primarily about comic books, because that's what my research had been on up until then. But also graduating college and working at a grocery store, I played a lot of video games after college, and I got really interested in the dynamics of identity and identification, and I had lots of conversations with my best friend's brother, and I played video games together, and we talked about the fact that he didn't identify with male characters. He identified with female characters, and what it meant to identify with characters outside of the typical identity markers we normally use. So that was something I came to Annenberg wanting to explore, and I've done it in lots of different ways. I mean, I started out my first semester taking the social psych with Dr. Capella and children media with Deb Linebarger. So I approached it from a psychological standpoint. Later, I approached it from a production standpoint, working with Catherine Sender, who's my advisor. I've also done work on gaming audiences, both under Liz Bird, who is a visiting scholar, and Marwan Crady, who's a recent Annenberg hire. And actually on my committee, it's going to be Catherine Sender, John Jackson, and Marwan Crady, all of whom have sort of helped me frame my approach to video game audiences, which is an ethnographic approach. I also met some of the best grad students here. They all gave me, both were really welcoming and also knew a lot about their field, about the faculty, about Philadelphia, which was actually really helpful, because you're not just moving, it's not just the school you're applying to, it's the city you're going to be living in for the next 5 years. So it was really helpful to talk to people who had lived here, who loved living here, and could give me insight into the city and what it's like to be here. The faculty were really welcoming and really open to talking to me about a wide range of things. I have a variety of interests. There was no school that had somebody that was perfect for me to work with. Like, that person is doing exactly what I want to do. And one of the best things about Annenberg is that you don't have to work with someone who does exactly what you do. Catherine Sender doesn't study video games, but she can sensitize me to a bunch of literature that helps me study video games. John Jackson and Marwan Crady don't study video games, but they open up literature in their own respective fields. That's really helpful to me. And I know lots of people apply to schools based on that one professor that does what they do. I don't necessarily think that that's necessary. I think it's finding an environment where you're allowed to do whatever you want to do. And Annenberg does that.